1 overall. Here are his starters: LeBron, Giannis, Steph, Luka, Jokic. That is some team. But on the other side, got to stay competitive. On the other side, KD took Kyrie with his first pick. Then went on to select Embiid, Kawhi, Bradley Beal, and Jason Tatum for the starting 5. Here's how the rest of the rosters panned out. We are now joined by Chris Broussard. All right, Broussard, we're going to get to you in a second. Take a look at this now. Brandon, start with you. Who drafted the better team last night?
Jenna, it's not even a debate. Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, the kid from Spartansburg, South Carolina, Kevin Durant himself, James Harden, a walking bucket. Is it even a discussion? And the best player on the planet. We're talking about Joel Embiid. It's not even a discussion. It's Team Durant. This dude did a great job of drafting. And LeBron, don't try to take MJ's route and try to go own the team and be the general manager, because you don't know what you're doing. This is the first person you take is Giannis? Come on, Giannis right now, he can give you one thing, and that's just drive to the bucket. That's it. That's all he's going to give you is drive to the bucket. That's it. So, Team Durant.
Insane.
Well, look, I knew Brandon was going with whatever team Joel Embiid was on. I think he's going to start talking about Embiid in the GOAT conversation pretty soon. But look, Colin Cowherd and I, we did our All-Star draft a few days ago, and my team was very similar to Kevin Durant's, except one exception. I had Giannis, and that's the key for LeBron. Look, Giannis plays all-star games like it's Game 7 of a playoff series. So for the first 3 quarters where everybody else is lollygagging, throwing up 35-footers, Giannis is going to be going 150 miles an hour, diving after loose balls, grabbing every rebound, pushing the ball up court. That gives LeBron's team a huge edge. Also, if it's close, which we would imagine it will be, he's got the best clutch player in the game in Dame Dollar. So I have to go with Team LeBron on this one.
Dang.
I can't believe you're entertaining that it's close. First of all, just let's go league MVPs. Team LeBron's got 8 of them. Luka's going to win 1, and Nikola could win it this year. Team Durant, let's see. Kyrie, no. Joel, no. Kawhi, no. Beal, no. Oh, James Harden won 1. He has 1 league MVP. And let's go to something I would say far more important than career MVPs, the unimpeachable NBA pyramid. Let's show the top 10 players in basketball that everyone agrees on. LeBron's got 6 of them on his team. KD's got 3 of them on his team. And Brandon mentioned it. I think we talk about the LeBron Jordan thing a little too often, but since Brandon opened the door, I'll creep through it. I do wonder, when you're talking resumes, end of career, GOAT discussion, Michael Jordan has proven for the better part of 15 years he can't draft. He's gotten 1 pick right. LaMelo, that's it. LeBron is a part-time GM every year at the All-Star break, drafts perfect teams every year. He's never lost. He annihilated Durant in this draft once again. I feel like Durant was not totally engaged. He obviously got the better team. And Brandon, this is a big moment for you, my friend. I know Wild has to go, but I got to tell you something. On Team Durant, you have all the Nets. You have Kawhi, who you have coming out of the West. And you have best player alive, Joel Embiid. So it shouldn't even, Sunday night should be a blowout. Shouldn't even be a contest.
Oh, no.
Team Durant should just walk all over Team LeBron. No,
it's going to be a game. Those guys don't want to play. You know
South Carolina.
No.
I'm just saying.
I'm not giving you an edge on this. It's an all-star game. Beat it.
Brandon, can I defend you? I think you're 100% wrong.
Thank you.
And even Giannis was like, that's the team? Like, we're obviously going to win. But savvy move from Durant here. I don't think Durant's even trying to win. It's like, my first pick, Kyrie. I'm going to take Kyrie. And then when I don't pick first, you know what else? James Harden. Pick all your teammates is the savvy move. Smart move by Durant. So you might not win the All-Star game, but it's better for team unity.
I like the way Durant picks. Boom, pick, clap. All right, Brandon, we talked about Joel Embiid. He's your MVP leader right now. So, tell me this. Why wasn't he drafted till 4th overall last night by Kevin Durant? Brandon, should Embiid be insulted that he fell so far?
No, he understands what's going on. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of politicking right now. You know, LeBron James, he's conceding. If he picks Joel Embiid, he's conceding that Joel Embiid is better than him because this is the #1 guy off the board. And then Kevin Durant did the right thing by taking his guy, Kyrie Irving. Let's go back to last year. This is just fuel on the fire. He shouldn't be offended. He should be motivated, and this is going to motivate him. When you overlook him for Defensive Player of the Year, when you overlook him for MVP, what happens? He becomes Akeem Olajuwon. He becomes Shaquille O'Neal. He becomes LeBron James and Steph Curry all in one. That's what this dude is giving you this year. So keep disrespecting him, and you're going to motivate him to do what he's doing, become the best player on the planet.
Wow. My goodness. All right, anyway, Joel Embiid can't be mad at Durant. Of course, as Brandon said, he's going to take his teammate Kyrie Irving first. He should have a beef with anybody. It's got to be LeBron. But LeBron is playing mind games. Look at LeBron's team. It's the more cerebral crew. He's got Chris Paul. He's got himself. He's got Steph, Luka, Jokic. And he is the king of it. He's playing mind games. We know Embiid is his chief competition for MVP, so he's putting a seed of doubt in Embiid's mind, saying, you're not really all that, big fella, all right? You have not yet arrived, all right? I'm not even drafting you first. And he knew Durant was going to take Kyrie, so he's like, you're the 4th best player in the world without me and KD in the conversation. He's sending messages to Embiid to plant a seed of doubt in his mind. Smart move by the king.
This is so good. First of all, it's drafted 4th, but it's actually really 6th because LeBron and KD can't draft themselves. So Brandon's best player alive, according to his colleagues and contemporaries, is 6th. But I just love, you know what maybe my favorite part of sports television in this era is it's 90% talking about the games and the players, and the 10% of the time we talk about LeBron, it becomes Freud. It's like, well, actually, let me get into his psyche here and explain to you the machinations of the Machiavellian king. He's playing every game this year, not because he's paid to play basketball, but because he sees on the horizon Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record and Michael Jordan's 5 MVPs, and that's what he's worried about. And let me tell you why he picked Giannis and Steph instead of Joel Embiid. Not because they're better, but because he's trying to plant a seed of doubt in his competition, even though for this to be competition, he would have to make the finals and this and that. Okay, I just love it. We all turn into amateur psychologists when it comes to LeBron. You know what I think LeBron did? He's like, hey, it's an all-star game. Giannis has one move, it's a dunk. You know what there's a lot of in all-star games? Dunks. You know what's also fun in all-star games? Steph shooting 40-footers. I'm going to go with him as well. You know what's not fun in all-star games? Joel Embiid's free throws.
That's strategy.
Fun. Not interested. Not interested.
Strategy. He's the biggest strategist the game has ever seen.
Here's a cerebral move that LeBron made I'd like to ask you guys about. The last 2 guys left to select in the All-Star draft, both Utah Jazz players. You got Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. As it was happening, I could hear Nick laughing from like 100 blocks uptown. This despite the Jazz having the NBA's best record. Take a listen to LeBron on those 2 being the last couple of picks.
Gobert goes to Team LeBron.
Listen, before we get... I just want to say something because there's no slander. There's no slander to the Utah Jazz, but you guys got to understand. You guys got to understand, just like in video games growing up, we never played with Utah. Even as great as Karl Malone and John Stockton was, we would have never picked those guys in video games. Never.
LeBron. That's disrespectful,
Nick,
man.
Go ahead. You have the floor.
Man.
Your moment.
Listen, folks, I'm just very proud that I was one of the first people brave enough a week and a half ago when folks were like, don't look now, but the Jazz could be what? to say nobody believes in the Jazz. Nobody cares about the Jazz. They're not a particularly likable team. And folks are just trying to prove their basketball IQ by being like, oh, my God, the extra passes from Boyan to Ingles, they just make the hair on my arm stand up. You've got maybe the least likable star in the league in Gobert. You've got Donovan, who's a really nice player, nice enough to be the 23rd pick of an all-star draft. It's a nice player. And you got a team nobody believes in a city, by the way, nobody likes. So, of course, this is where they're going to be drafted. It makes actually a lot of sense. And you don't have to apologize for anything. My question, Broussard, is this. How